In the silent moments between thoughts, where breath meets awareness, there is a space untouched by bitterness, a stillness that gently invites us to release. Zen teaches that holding onto a grudge is like grasping a burning coal with the intention of throwing it at another. We are the ones who get burned. Yet still, the human heart is tender and complex. When someone causes us pain, betrays our trust, or wounds our spirit, it is natural to recoil and hold tight to the memory, as if clinging to that pain could somehow protect us from being hurt again. But Zen invites us to look deeper. What is the cost of clinging? What is the toll that unforgiveness takes on our breath, our body, our spirit? Every grudge is a stone in the stream of our life, disrupting the natural flow of energy, love, and peace. Forgiveness is not an act of condoning harm. It is the radical act of freeing yourself from the emotional bondage that holds you captive. In the teachings of Zen, forgiveness is not a declaration. It is a quiet practice, a letting go of mental formations, a release of inner resistance. The mind clings to narratives, to the righteousness of being wronged, to the identity of victimhood. But the heart, in its deepest essence, longs to be light, open, and free. Zen masters remind us that liberation is not found in fighting reality, but in accepting it as it is, without resistance. When you begin to forgive, you are not changing the past. You are changing your relationship to the past. You are reclaiming your presence. Just as a lotus rises from the mud, your peace can bloom from the very places where you have been hurt most. The grudge, when examined in stillness, is nothing more than a thought held tightly. And thoughts, like clouds, are transient. They only appear solid when we believe in their permanence. Sit with the pain. Watch it arise. Breathe into it. Then gently, lovingly release it. You are not your pain. You are not your resentment. You are the awareness behind it, the sky in which the storm passes. Forgiveness does not mean you forget. It means you remember differently, with spaciousness and compassion. The person who hurt you may never change, may never apologize, may never understand your pain, but you can still choose peace. That is your power. That is your freedom. Zen invites you to see each resentment as a teacher, every wound as a gate, every grudge as an invitation to deepen your understanding of impermanence and non-attachment. When the heart hardens, suffering increases. When the heart softens, healing begins. In your practice, begin each day with this silent question. What am I still holding on to? Notice where the body tenses when certain names or memories arise. Let the breath guide you there. Soften, release, return to now. This moment has never been lived before. Why stain it with echoes of old pain? Let go, not for them, but for you. Because peace is your original nature. Because freedom is your birthright. Because love flows best through a heart unburdened. In the Zen tradition, the act of bowing is symbolic of this surrender. Each bow, a dropping of ego, a shedding of resentment, a step toward humility. Bow to your pain. Bow to your teachers. Bow to the life that has shaped you, even the parts that felt like breaking. Every experience has brought you here. And here is sacred. Release the story. Embrace the silence. Let the grudge dissolve like mist in morning light. Return to your breath. It has never held a grudge. Neither has the wind, the trees, or the stars. Nature moves on. So can you. The past cannot be rewritten, but the heart can be rewritten in each breath, each step, each choice to return. This is the path of Zen. This is the way of liberation. Let us now deepen into the stillness where release becomes a lived experience. Imagine, as you inhale, you draw in the gentle wisdom of the present. As you exhale, imagine you are letting go of one layer of resentment, one brittle piece of armor that no longer protects but confines. Zen teaches us to witness all that arises without judgment, not to push away, nor to cling, but simply to see. When anger appears, bow to it. When sadness enters, let it speak. When memories revisit you with sharpness, offer them the cushion of your awareness. You are not your thoughts. You are the field in which thoughts arise. And forgiveness begins when you stop identifying with the old story and begin to rest in the quiet now. If you truly examine your pain, you may find that underneath the grudge is not hate, but hurt, not fury, but fear. Zen shows us that what we resist persists, and what we hold too tightly becomes heavy. Consider this. How often have you replayed that moment of betrayal in your mind? How many days of your precious life have been colored by something that happened long ago? The grudge, however justified, becomes a habit of mind, a pattern that repeats like a chant with no end. But in Zen, we break the chant through awareness. You don't need to fix anything. You simply need to see it clearly. Clarity itself is healing. As a drop of inga fades in clear water, your emotional turbulence dissolves in awareness. Forgiveness is not an arrival. It is a moment-to-moment choice. Some days you will feel free. Other days, the wound will feel fresh. Zen asks for no perfection, only presence. And in presence, even pain has beauty. Look to the falling leaves. They do not resist the wind. They let go and are carried. So too must we learn to trust the release. To forgive is not to say that what happened was okay. It is to say that you will no longer carry it as a weapon against yourself. You will no longer fuel the fire that burns only your hands. Zen teaches, let go or be dragged. The grudge drags your spirit. The story of being wronged hardens your heart. But peace is soft. It cannot enter where bitterness lives. Make space. Clear the soil of your heart, like a monk is sweeping the temple floor at dawn. Gently, rhythmically, lovingly. There is no rush. This is your practice. Forgiveness is not dramatic. It is not a grand declaration. It is the slow, quiet unraveling of the knot inside. It is the softening of the eyes, the return of breath, the melting of the jaw. It is the moment you realize you no longer need to hold that name, that face, that wound like a shield. You can place it down, bow to it, and walk forward, lighter. You can say silently, I release you, not because you deserve it, but because I deserve peace. In Zen, we see that holding a grudge is a form of self-punishment. We believe it keeps us safe, but in truth, it keeps us closed. A closed heart cannot love fully. It cannot feel joy deeply. It cannot see clearly. Zen points us again and again to openness, to the sky beyond clouds, the silence beneath noise, the stillness beneath thought. So when the old feelings return, when the hurt resurfaces, do not panic. Do not shame yourself. Sit, breathe, watch. This too is a part of your healing. This too belongs. The path to forgiveness is not linear, it is a spiral. Each time the memory arises, it offers another layer to release, another knot to untie, and each release is an act of love. Each breath is a return to your true self. Do not wait for an apology to be free. Your liberation does not depend on another's remorse. It lives in your willingness to choose peace over pain, presence over past, freedom over fury. You were not meant to carry this burden forever. Lay it down like a traveler removing a heavy pack. Lay it down and walk lighter into the now. The Buddha said, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Why drink that poison another moment? Let your breath be the antidote. Let your stillness be the medicine. Let your heart, unclenched, feel the lightness of release. There is no punishment in forgiving, only freedom. There is no weakness in compassion, only strength. And every time you let go, you make room for peace. Every time you forgive, you return home to yourself. And that home, dear one, is vast, silent, and already whole. Now, as we close, gently bring your attention inward. Find a comfortable seated position, letting your spine lengthen softly, your shoulders drop, your hands rest in your lap. And if it feels right, close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in and release. Again, breathe in and gently let go. With each breath, feel yourself arriving. Here, now, this moment is enough. You are enough. Let the quiet settle around you like mist over a morning lake. Bring to mind someone you may be holding resentment toward. See their image lightly, as if drawn in soft sand. There's no need to analyze or engage. Just notice. Feel into the emotion that arises. Is it anger? Sadness? Hurt? Notice where it lives in your body. And now, bring your hand to your heart and say silently, I see you, and I release you. I choose peace. If the words feel too hard, simply breathe and imagine your heart slowly opening, petal by petal. Forgiveness is not about forgetting. It's about freeing. Breathe in space. Breathe out resistance. Breathe in stillness. Breathe out old pain. Imagine that with each exhale, something heavy leaves you, like clouds dispersing, like old leaves falling from branches. No need to push. No need to force. Just allow. Allow the release. Allow the softening. And now, bring attention to yourself. You too deserve forgiveness. You too carry burdens. Whisper inwardly, I forgive myself for what I did not know, for how I protected myself, for how I survived. Place both hands over your heart and simply sit with compassion, with patience, with silence. Now, slowly return your awareness to the room, to the sounds around you, the air on your skin, the breath in your lungs. Carry this peace with you. Let it ripple gently into your next breath, your next step, your next word. You have done enough. You are enough. And this, right now, is the beginning of your freedom. Bow inward and let go. If this message brought you calm, this space is always here for you. Subscribe, return, and walk this quiet path with us, one breath at a time. Until next time, remember, when you let go of your grasping, even pain becomes a teacher.